Welcome to Pack Territory, your source for Loyola sports. I'm Emma Smithers, and this is your sports report for the week of September 26th. The Loyola swim team had its first meet this past Friday in Pensacola. The team did well overall with at least 17 podiums. One standout on the men's side was Tate Bladen with 2 first-place finishes in the 50-yard free and the 100-yard free. The other standout on the men's side was freshman Harvey Quittington with a win in the 100-yard breaststroke and a second-place finish in the 200-yard breaststroke. While the women's side did not have a win, they also had a few podiums. This upcoming Saturday, the team will have their first home meet in almost 2 years in the Den. Our reporter Chloe Cottle gives us a look at how the team is preparing for its homecoming.
The Loyola swim team is back in their home pool this season. The pool has been under construction since Hurricane Ida, and swimmers are happy to be getting
You're
back
good. I noticed
to the
about halfway through.
USC's pool.
It's good to be back in our home pool. It was good being outside at the Elmwood pool, but it's always great to just be in your home space.
The swim team
So the one that I was not
practicing
on?
at Elmwood, an outdoor
Perfect.
pool, which
Wonderful.
offered some challenges.
Being in an outdoor pool is nice at times, but in the winter is very cold and very frustrating at times, so it's good to be back.
Being back in their home pool isn't the only thing swimmers are happy about. Since the beginning of the pandemic, they haven't been able to host a home meet.
Perfect.
But with the pandemic coming to a close, they will host their first one in 2 years.
I'm excited, and I'm sure I can speak for the rest of my teammates. We're really excited because the energy that forms here at the home meets is something different, and we can't wait to get back to it.
The team is excited for the upcoming season and would love support for their home meet October 1st. At Loyola, Chloe Cottle, Pack Territory.
Their meet is at the Den on Saturday, so make sure to go and support the Wolfpack for their first home meet. Loyola's men's and women's basketball teams are also back in the Den, preparing for their seasons. Reporter Eve McFarland caught up with some of the players to find out how preseason is going.
Starting official practice of the 2022 and 2023 season, Loyola's men's and women's basketball teams are thrilled to be back on the court. Last season, the sports complex suffered damage due to Hurricane Ida, making life-changing struggles.
The biggest struggles would be not consistently having a place to go get work in, shots up, not knowing we'd be practicing the next day.
However, they managed to work through the uncertainty and unknown. The sports complex is now open and they are enjoying the new court.
It feels amazing. You know, I kind of watched it, built from plywood. You know, I've been watching the guy painting the floors.
I'm just happy that we're able to have a set place like back at home and be able to have a set schedule along with that.
Both teams endured such adversity last year but overcame it all. The women's team were 2022 SSAC conference champions and are hungry to go further.
This is the last time that we'll have this special group of people on the team, and I think we have so much more potential this year, and so we're going for the natty.
This season we want more, gotta win our championship, we want to win the NAIA, the whole thing, so we're going for the big goal.
As NAIA national champions, the men's goals are...
We're looking bigger picture right now, so right now we're just trying to build a foundation and try to stack days on top of good days on top of good days.
Stay tuned for their first home game and be ready to pack the Den. This is E. McFarland, Pack Territory.
The men kick off their season on October 28th and the women play November 1st. The men's golf team started their season today at the Invite at Innisbrook. After a tough first round, the men find themselves near the bottom of the leaderboard. Due to the threat of Hurricane Ian, their 56-hole event will be shortened to a 36-hole event to ensure safety as teams begin to travel home. The women's golf team finished tied for second in their season opener last week, with freshman Catherine Singletary leading the pack with a top 5 finish in her college debut. Today we have Blair McKenzie on set with us. Blair is a sophomore on the women's golf team. Blair, how do you feel about the season after playing in the first tournament?
Yeah, I feel really good about the first tournament. We played really hard. We had 2 first-time Loyola golfers on the course. Our freshman Catherine, she tied 4th. And we were really, really proud of how she finished.
I am very proud of Catherine. I also play on the women's golf team here. I think that we did really well. Along with the freshmen, we had another girl that, had some
Just
family
transferred,
issues too. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
transfer,
yeah,
and then we have
yeah.
somebody that had some family issues, had to go
Yeah.
home. I thought that she battled really hard
Yeah.
and did really well. Coaches have called this season a rebuild season for our
Yeah.
team. What do you kind of think about that?
I definitely think we proved them wrong at the first tournament. I think tying the home team for second was a big step up for our team.
I agree.
Just overall, I think we really, really worked hard, knowing we had, that to kind of work towards, like to prove them wrong at the first tournament.
And then, do you think that's something that's going to carry over into the rest of the season?
Yeah,
or?
absolutely. I think that's only going to make us work harder and get better as the season goes on.
I could agree. And then last year we lost 3 All-American players on the team. So how do you think that's going to affect the team this year? Do you think that, you think we're not going to be as great as we were last year, or do you think we're going to be able to come back from that?
They were really big leaders on our team.
Yeah.
And that played a huge factor. But I think we have some really, really good leaders working up to that position.
I think so too.
And I also think we have a lot of players that coaches haven't seen play just yet. 2 freshmen this year, a transfer, and a lot of sophomores who didn't get a lot of playing time last year.
Yeah,
So.
I mean it's hard to get everybody out into tournaments
Yeah.
whenever you've got such a strong team.
Yeah.
So I think that we're gonna kind of take the conference for a shock this year.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in today,
Yeah.
and I wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
The Loyola Esports program will hold a blood drive this Friday in the Dana Center in room 30 from 12 to 4 p.m., and there will be raffles and games available. Sign up on the Loyola Esports social media or website to donate and use the code LOINO. The Panthers beat the Saints 22-14 in Charlotte this weekend. The Panthers pounced on the Saints, intercepting 2 throws from Jameis Winston and blocking a field goal. Saints kicker Will Lutz went 0-2 on field goal attempts, and at the end of the game took responsibility for the loss, saying, "Today wasn't my day. That's on me. That's 100% on me." The Saints were without 5 players, including starters like Taysom Hill. This loss makes the Saints 1-2, putting them 3rd in the NFC South behind the Bucs and the Panthers. Hopefully the Saints are able to beat the Vikings in London this upcoming weekend. This week, the Wolfpack sports schedule is packed, starting with the men's golf team as they finish their tournament today. Next, the women's volleyball team plays Xavier tomorrow at the Den at 6 p.m. On Thursday, the esports team will compete in their Super Smash Bros. Tournament at 6:30, which can be watched live on Twitch. Friday is a busy day for the Wolfpack. Both the men's and women's cross-country teams are running at the Loyola Chicago Lakefront Invitational. Also, both tennis teams have their first day of the ITA Golf Regional. The women's volleyball team plays away against Blue Mountain College. Saturday brings the second day for the tennis team's tournament, and it's also the first at-home swim meet. The women's volleyball team also plays away again, but this time against Stillman. Those are the upcoming sports for the week. To check scores, go to LoyolaWolfpack.com. That's it for this week's Pack Territory. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next Monday for all of Loyola's sports. Have a great day, and go Pack!